Hey everyone, Noodle here. Today I will deploy, review, and decorate the current hottest item in the atomic shop, the Sippin Station train car. I am rarely surprised by prefabs in Fallout 76, but I gotta tell you, this one took my breath away. Now, OSCAPT argues that the Slocum's Joe theme is too specific, too niche. But I think that I can still make this very girly and pink prefab look immersive in a wasteland. Well, let me show you what I discovered and experienced with this train car, and you can decide for yourself if this is something worth investing your hard-earned atoms in. Let's dive right in. The Sippin Station is available in the Atomic Shop as an individual purchase for 700 atoms, or as a part of the Sippin Station bundle. I'm after all Slocum's Joe's stuff, so I bought the whole bundle. But in OSCAPT's defense, it doesn't have to be all pink and donut themed. You can get the standalone prefab and decorate it in the Raider theme, for instance. It's both cute and grungy, which makes it very versatile. The very first thing that jumped out at me, even in the menu, hell, even back when I saw it in the data mine, is the base. Remember this little camp that I made a short while back? Everyone loved what I did with this simple Voltec train car, but in unison complained about the base. It's just ginormous and makes it a pain in the butt to place anywhere. Yes, there are ways to merge it further into the ground, but I like to show the classic way of doing things in my builds. You should be able to take a prefab and just stick it into a patch of dirt without using hacks and workarounds. And in this case, you can. These individual base pillars are a huge improvement over the bulky monstrosity which I have with other train car, making this prefab a million times friendlier to deploy and more aesthetically pleasing. I chose to put mine on the train tracks, even though it's clearly an installation and not an actual train car that really got stuck at some point. So to make that more obvious, I created a little decorative add-on here at the end and populated it with flowers and lights. Should you choose to place your train car on grass or even on a pretty steep incline, it will sink into the earth in a very realistic way. Already, huge thumbs up from me. Oh, and as always, if you want to see the full recording of this build and the decoration process, it's up for our channel members and patrons. Once I deployed my train car and got to inspect it all up close and personal, I discovered even more pleasant surprises. First one being the paint job. This train car is not just painted pink, it's painted with a dripping paint motif reminiscent of the Slocum's Joe donut pink dripping glaze. Delicious. We even get the sprinkles on top. This melting glaze paint job appears both on the inside and the outside of the train car. I love that it comes with full-length awnings in a matching pink color and light. We'll talk about the lights in a little bit though. Let's focus on textures. The second thing that jumped out at me is how realistic the floor tiles are. Sure, we have many types of tile, both as skins for floor segments and in prefabs, but this is the first one that I've encountered that actually has a realistically random pattern. There's nothing obviously copy-paste here. Every tile looks cracked and damaged in its own way. It seems like a small detail, but devil's in the detail, I always tell my art students. These little gems add up to quality in the end. And the third thing that I liked in the textures department is the addition of these barbed wire spools for defense all along the roof. I didn't end up doing anything with the rooftop, but it looks like a pretty inviting place to set up some turrets or maybe even workbenches. I think the barbed wire is what makes this more than just a poor pink defenseless building. Now it has teeth. Most prefabs come with an electrical connection, meaning you can run a wire directly from the prefab to a generator, and boom, your house is powered. No need to run conduit or place a million of those protruding power connectors all over the place. The fact that this thing is powered didn't surprise me, though my Voltec car is actually not powered. But what did surprise me is that connecting this to power lit up the whole thing with ready strong lights on both sides. That got a whoa out of me. Just like the awning colors alternate from pink to white, so do these outdoor patio light bulbs, giving the place an immediate cozy ambiance. And I'm always maxed out on light budget. All I see here are strings of lights that I don't have to pay for with budget. When I did this live on the show, we had many questions about the lights and tested a few theories. After much trial and error, we can confidently say that no, you cannot change the color of these lights, even with a terminal. Honestly, I didn't expect to be able to do that. If you really hate the pink lights, you have a couple of options. One, you can drown them out with lights of other colors. And two, you can avoid powering your train car altogether and rely on oil lamps and lanterns. God knows I have enough of those to do pretty much all of my builds without ever setting up a generator. Me, I love the pink lights, and they make perfect sense here. I continued the pretty pink theme with my neon lights and signs. I even got a tag on the side in pink, of course. But I also introduced jack-o'-lanterns and jack-o'-lights, candles, oil lamps, and the hanging paper lanterns. My one other light source is something that came with a bundle, and that's the Slocum's Joe neon sign, which I think is the bee's knees. And it's the same on both sides. Oh, and this humongous installation also came with a bundle, and I kind of like it. Especially with the creepy Atlantic City fog weather machine that I have set up. That underglow combined with a steaming cup of coffee look somehow creepy and post-apocalyptic. Wouldn't actually get this thing on its own, but getting it as part of the deal wasn't too bad. For my decorations, I used mainly lights, as always, but I also set up a bar area using the new bar stools that also came with a bundle, and these glorious donut displays that is simply called Donut Touch. They go perfectly with Slocum's Joe vending machine, which now lives outside. And I also used plants a lot, and pretty much everything I have that's Slocum's Joe themed. I have my coffee machine out, my plushies, and even the Slocum's Joe trash can, which is, oh my god, I love this thing. Just look at it. It's so real. Gotta love the wear and tear on it. This thing is not clean, yet it's not filthy. One other thing that I didn't talk about yet is windows. Most prefabs come with windows, some of them even have glass, but these are proper. I guess I set my expectations pretty low because my Voltec train car came with just gaping holes for windows and doors. If you saw that build, you probably remember how much time I spent actually making that space livable before I could even start decorating. Not here. I chose to leave these windows as they are just because they're pretty. But you can actually cover them with paintings, decorate them with curtains, or even slap Venetian blinds on them. I guess I just didn't expect the train car to be so much like a house. Space-wise, it's as big as you would expect a train car to be. A mansion, it is not. But we don't want it to be. This is definitely not going to be your main dwelling. I envision this as a side structure. This could be a diner, a pub, a bedroom, a weapons shack, a lounge, some specialty room like a torture chamber. The possibilities are endless. Combining this thematically with other structures, you could set up a whole trailer park with some other grungy prefabs. You could have a train yard using various train cars and carts. Hell, you could even string several of these together, making an actual pink train. Or just have it on the side of your main residence. Whichever way you choose to set up your Sippin Station, take pictures and share them in the community. We love seeing your builds. I don't always have a chance to comment on them, but I do see them all. And I love what I'm seeing so far. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Sippin Station, a Slocum's Joe train car prefab. In my humble opinion, this is a rare treasure in a sea of Atomic Shop reskins. Even if you're not a diehard Slocum's Joe fan like I am, consider getting this little treat as a standalone item. It's well designed and presented with delicious textures and additional delights like the pink and white lights contrasted by spools of barbed wire. I hope you found this video entertaining and inspirational. A super special thank you to all of our channel members and patrons, and to everyone who drops us super chats and super thanks. You guys fund these videos. With your support, I'm able to spend thousands of atoms every week on new bundles for these builds and reviews. And that's just awesome. Let's keep it going. If you wish to support this channel, consider becoming a member or grabbing the Gamer Aviator Donuts shirt. I also finally made that I Love Noodle shirt that several of you suggested. Swing by the shop and see what else strikes your fancy. I love you guys too. I'm Noodle Pants, one half of Gamer Aviator. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, stay safe out there, Vault Dwellers. And stay pink.
In the heart of West Virginia, where the shadows creep and sway, lies a land of rusted dreams, where the brave dare not stray. Appalachia, oh, it's a treacherous ride, with dangers untold and nowhere to hide.